Hey guys, Brian here with Wolf's Prairie Outdoors. I've had a lot of questions over the past year about my hunting setup for my 1895 SBL, and so I figured I'd do a quick video and show you guys exactly how I've got it set up. It's not perfect, but it works well for me in my situation, so that's why it is the way it is. I know we're going to have a lot of naysayers on why I've done certain things, but I like the way it works and it works well for me. To start out, it's a Marlin 1895 SBL. It is a Remington or Remlin version. It came out in 2017. It was pretty rough in the action. Actually, when I was polishing the action, I sliced my finger wide open because the edges were so sharp in here. So I'll take you guys through exactly what I did in a future video, but worked out really well. It's something you can do at home, just disassemble the rifle and do it yourself. It's pretty quick and easy and doesn't cost much. Once I did that, the action runs a lot smoother. There's no sharp edges. The lever was extremely sharp on the edge, but I took care of that as well. Main upgrades I've done to this is the Wild West Guns Lever Happy Tune Kit, which replaced the follower with an aluminum follower, the trigger with a really nice lightweight trigger, and it eliminates that Marlin trigger flop with a spring system. And then on the back side, you can only see the back edge of the ejector here, but it is a bear-proof ejector. Works really well. It's a one-piece unit and it does a great job for me. I've not had any issues. To carry the gun out in the woods, I've just got some simple Grove Tech sling swivels and a Magpul sling. Works really well. I know it's not your traditional leather, but I like the way it feels, the way it adjusts for me, and it works well getting out there. Nice thing about these sling swivels is they are locking, but they do unlock really easily. And when I get out to my stand, I do unlock them, put it in my pack. That way I'm not clanging around making noise and having something that's potentially going to grab on the stand or on me when I do have a deer come in that I want to shoot. I do have a nice rubber band on the back side, keeping up with the slack that I had left over when I got it adjusted. I know that's fancy, you guys love it. Now the thing I've had the most questions about with this rifle is when people see pictures of it on Instagram, everybody wants to know what my scope setup is because it's not set forward like a long eye relief, and it's not a red dot, and it's not back where a traditional scope would be. So what am I doing? Well, it is a Redfield Revolution, which is now owned by Leupold. It's a standard eye relief scope. It's a 2-7 by 33, and I didn't want to lose use of my iron sights by putting it at your standard length. So what I did is I got it set for my eye, and I shifted it back literally as far as I could. It is touching the front of the rear sight. But when I raise this rifle up, I have zero scope shadow. And where I'm hunting, I'm not hunting past 50 yards with this, generally speaking. So I don't need 7 power. Even at 7 power, I get right here, I have no scope shadow. So there's not a huge amount of adjustment that I have to do to get set for that zero scope shadow at 7 power. But like I said, I'm not shooting at 7 power. I'm shooting at 2 or 3 because the only reason I have a scope on here is a lot of my shots end up being low light shots. So I wanted something that I could deliver a clean, ethical shot with and make sure that I am exactly where I want to be. These ghost ring sights do get hard to see in low light, so that was the main reason for investing in a scope. The scope is held on by Warren QD low rings, and you can get these from Wild West Guns as well. They've got pretty much the same thing, run about the same price, and they work really well, so I can pop them off just twisting the levers, and I've still got use of my iron sights if I want them. So that way it's a quick setup for hunting. Zero is pretty much spot on when I put them back on, so it's not a big issue if I want to take it off, and works really well for me. Moving on to the back of the rifle, we have a Mason leather cartridge cuff, and it is extremely well done. I love this cartridge cuff, and it's very smooth to your face. It feels really nice, especially on those cool mornings. Does have a nice inlay of 4570 under the cartridges here. Now I did switch over from last year. Last year I was using a Triad Tactical Modular Stock Pack, which on the inside I have a strip with 9 rounds of 4570 that was my hunting ammo, and I would keep my hunting license in here. But I decided I really like the classic look of a leather cartridge cuff, and I think it just really sets off this rifle. When I saw them, I was like, that's awesome, I gotta have it. I just think it looks really nice. It gives it that nice classic feel with the mix of modern with the scope and the nylon sling, but I really like the way it looks. It functions extremely well. Like I said, I'll do a future video for you guys showing you how I polished the action and made it run a lot smoother. It'll help with any of you guys that have post Marlin rifles, and really makes a big difference. It's really simple to do, but that's about all there is to this rifle. It's just a couple of additions. That Lever Happy Tune kit from Wild West Guns was really a good addition, and this Redfield scope I think is phenomenal. It was a couple $100 I think at Midway, and it's excellent glass for the money. I don't need to shoot 1,000 yards with this scope. At most I would do 150, and this is going to do everything I need at that distance. So why invest a ton of money in what I consider this is a tool? I'm going out in the woods, it's going to get scratched up, it's going to get beat up. So I got the best I could for the money. It's a quality product for a price-conscious consumer. That's about all there is to it. If you guys are interested in these cartridge cuffs, there's a link below to Mason Leather and also his Instagram page, which is Cartridge Cuff Guy. Right now, he has a deal going on through the end of the year. If you use code WOLF30, you will get 30% off of your order. And after December 31st, if you use the code WOLF10, you will get 10% off of your order. It's a great savings. These are really nice products, really well done. Here's a picture of some of the others we have. We have one on a 357, a 30-30, and this 45-70. He also does them for shotguns. He does slings. He does some really nice leather work, and it's a very good product, especially for the price. One thing about it, these cartridge cuffs are not like a lot of the other leather products you see these days that are stretched out, thinned out leather to get as much as they possibly can out of a hide. This is high quality, heavy duty leather, really a good investment, and it just looks awesome on a classic rifle like this. I think it's definitely a good investment. All right, guys, that's about all there is to it. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on my hunting setup. For those of you wondering, yes, the rifle was unloaded the entire time. Be sure to thump that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you can keep up with the videos we're posting as we do them. Also, be sure to give us a big thumbs up if you like what we see, because it lets us know you like the content we're producing. We'll produce more of it. Check back soon when we've got a nice deer hunt for a 9-point that I harvested this season with this rifle and Lehigh Defense Extreme Penetrator round. Additionally, after the hunt video, we have a nice autopsy video coming up showing you how the Lehigh Defense Extreme Penetrator round worked on that deer. About 170-pound buck, so not a really light one, but not as big as a lot of you guys have up north and out west. Additionally, be sure you hit that bell for notifications. We've got some awesome ballistics tests coming up and some body armor tests. We've got some really cool stuff in the works and got a lot going on in life right now. I got a baby on the way, so posting may be intermittent here and there, especially when he's born. I'm going to take a little bit of time. Got to have time for family, guys. So check back soon. We got a lot coming. Have a good one.